Saturday Showdown, Nongshim Red Force versus DRX.
Damn, you know, I really wanted to... Oh, it's actually going to be Yone and Talia. So the Talia goes to the jungle, and Karis is playing Yone. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at this bro draft, and I like what I see pretty much across the board, especially if you remove some of the nameplates. You know, I'm not sure how Yone on Karis is going to go, but in terms of just the champions themselves, it's not a guarantee, but, you know, we'll see what they have prepared coming into a difficult matchup. Homolife Esports on the opposite side, Zeka and Viper going to be doing a lot of the carrying here. Let's jump onto the Rift right now for game number 1.
And the performances have not been inspiring, to say the least. We do have double cut downs here for the Kaisa and the Corki, which will help a lot against this Skarner. I like the rune choices. I'm sure Ox will be pleased with that as well. Fortunately for Young Jae, this lane is pretty pushed up. Now, can look for a shove into the wall into a flip with the seismic shove, but Peanut is also here, so... And now he's used his shove. Peanut not going to be able to steal anything here.
Paulo tried to hook the wall to catch up to Young Jae, did not hit the wall. And now looking for a play on Adoran, who is level 6, but this is 3 people, including Paulo, who is here in a 3v2. And Peanut's like, man, I don't know, man. I can't help you here as the knock into the wall and a potential flash, but Adoran just going to hold on to it. First blood given over to Young Jae as they're already making plays with their hefty amount of CC.
I love how that was played by Young Jae. Sure, probably a little bit late because he missed the wall hook, but he's still there. They have 3 members. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with Talia early. So far, so good.
Yeah. Also, on the opposite side of the map, we did see Viper and Delight able to push in and pick up a plate, and still Viper's ahead by 12 CS down there in the bottom side. So, yeah, he is going to hit level 6, but now he knows he might be in a bit of trouble. The Wombo combo comes in, and Paulo will go down, and it will be a flash out of Viper just to get away, as Envy trying to go 1v3 here, but takes some damage from Peanut to push him back. It will be Young Jae to pick that one up.
I mean, Doran is way up in this lane, by the way.
Yeah, this time he doesn't have Peanut either, so the flash ult comes in. He's just going to flash under turret, but that's a hook, and oh, he dodges the knockup, but it doesn't matter. And by dodge, I mean Paulo pulled him out of it, of course. But yeah, it was a weird word choice. I wouldn't choose that one again.
He wasn't hit by it. He was not stunned by it.
He evaded it.
Yeah, this hail and flash.
This is a Skarner, but there's just way too much CC and damage. I mean, even with Peanut at this point in the game, able to burst through Skarner, who doesn't have many items at this point in time. So a nice dive from Homolife Esports as well.
This is still good for Bro.
I mean, Doran doesn't have ult. He doesn't have flash. That's another route coming in, and this time he is not going to evade that knockup, but nope, it's not going to matter. The passive doesn't keep him alive, and once again, Young Jae picks up another kill.
So, I mean, Peanut showed bottom. They knew the timing of when he was going to be there. Skarner buys a decent amount of time. Like, right now, he's got bombies, plated steel caps, and he had a tier lead. I think he had that cloth armor when he was dove bottom side.
But this is just like, no, I just auto-attacked him, and then I hooked him. Like, he cannot move. And they're just able to utilize it once again. As now Young Jae is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have flash, just gonna get isolated. Paulo just throws in the ult as Carr is trying to ult onto Viper as well, but I think he's about to be turned onto by the rest of the team here. He's trying to take a Viper, and he will actually. And now Envy maybe trying to get something going. Paulo trying to frontline for him. Some low health bars here on the side of Homolife Esports, but Envy all alone, not sure. I mean, he's really going to try to push this one. The Cleanse coming in, and he's just going to die. Triple kill over to Zeka by the end of it all.
Spellblade item was a Sheen and a Warhammer, I think is what he had. Like, he's still going to kill you there. And, yeah, that ends up being
the thingamabob.
Yeah, the little blue thingy. You had one.
Yeah.
Like, some draft, we talked about the tools that Bro have. Like, you mentioned how simple it is. The CC is, we're going to talk about this later.
Well, they're going to do it again, but this time it's on Sejuani. And Peanut, you know, he hasn't died in this game, so he's very well fed. And he does have already the Zeke's and a Giant's belt. So even with, like, full combo into a Sejuani, you're not going to do much. Well, as you say that, they're trying to set something up, and this bottom lane turret is quite low. Peanut level 11 at this point in time as well, and Paulo is 2 levels behind. He's just going to be isolated, throws the ult in, and he does buy a lot of time for the team. Peanut does get chunked out. The ult sent in, and they take out the Sejuani. It's a trade, and that's a good one for Bro. Envy, you know he wants to pull the trigger once again. He wants to get in there. This time he's not 1v3. He's taking a lot of damage already, though, and Homolife Esports are backing up. They are respecting this, but can they get away is really the question. The knockup comes in, and CC chain is there once again for Bro. The poke is legitimate from Viper at this point in time, and even Zeka can do some good damage, but they're not really in position to challenge this one. Peanut not here. They go for the turn now onto Delight, but nobody's really there in that wall. Very awkward. Doesn't really get anything going, as now Paulo just has to flash away. And nice try. Nice effort.
Yeah, I mean, it
Good
was
work.
very proactive as Karis.
Yeah, I mean, his Yoni's been pretty good so far. Delight is just sending it in there, and now gets the ult onto the backline. The follow-up, though, is not there, and Palu is going to go down. Morgan in a rough spot here as well, 1v5 himself. It's a double kill for Viper. It looks crazy. It looks wild from Delight, but it wins the fight for Hanwha Esports.
CC chains can be quite deadly still, so Hanwha will have to wait for minions, back away, go down to the bottom side where Zeka's been pushing.
They want to ult into the Skarner here. Morgan, he is tanky, but he's not tanky enough. And just the amount of damage that Viper and Zeka have is more than enough.
On this Kaisa, and now the inhibitor goes.
Oh, he's going to send it. Paulo, he wants to get in there and start a fight, but the team is just not there. I mean, Karis and Morgan were not in range to follow up on that one, and now Morgan in a rough spot finally lands the first impale of the game, I think. Not really his fault, but now Karis also going to go in and die in mid Unbound Soul, as Envy as well just goes away, and it all falls apart like a house of cards.
I mean, I respect to the try there from Paulo to send it, try to make something happen, but it was desperation, as Bro had so many chances in this game, and now it's all over.
Yeah, well, at least it's over quick. Bro, you know, they didn't back down. They tried to take some fights. They knew what their composition did, and they tried to play into it a bit more. Delight even going to live, as he won't burn down either. So this game is going to end in 26 minutes. Nice try from Bro, but Hanwha Esports, the team that we expected to take down the first victory here, will in fact do just that and take the lead in the series 1-0.
A shakier game, I think, than Hanwha Life fans will be comfortable with in this game one. The alternative would have been to go for a Lucian Nami lane, but I think that is just way too all in. All right.
Okay. I mean, it's just support Poppy.
It's another way to stop the rel engage.
Yeah. I mean,
so,
might as well. Draft. This one looks much better, actually. Let's jump out of the rift for game number 2.
And Peanut, once again, Aftershock, right? So you have this Poppy, Aftershock. We'll have Warmogs. You mentioned Poppy loves to go low on health and go back full to health later. As this is going a little bit worse than it did in game 1.
Yeah, it does look like Karis has taken a bigger chunk of damage this time around, as now we're trying to gold card and stack some damage into that Skarner, and yeah, he's been shoved under the turret. Morgan in a lot of trouble as Doran just gonna tank it up perfectly. Do they have the damage though is the question. One more auto will get the job done with the red card, and Doran, he's walking it off, and he will survive with the pot as well. Doran and Peanut, they make it work in the top lane, comes along. So Hanwha Esports starting off this game in a much better spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, just Morgan has to back here. He's kind of frozen and hold up.
Oh, the double stun from Palu, and the CC chain is amazing. And Viper's like, oh, I can't do anything about that. I'll just accept my fate. Very nicely done here by Palu to set that all up.
Yeah, tries to cleanse, but the knockup comes through from Young Jae, and down he goes. As over here, Peanut's going to be seen on these topside grubs. Grub's very useful for a Twisted Fate. He's left alone in a side lane, so get a consolation prize here. But a kill plus Dragon go the way of Rion, and once again, or double stun there, set up the knockup from Young Jae.
Karis is actually in a bit of trouble here as the Q could land. He's going to dodge that. Now the follow-up well comes in from Karis. He is eating a lot of minion damage, but still going to feel pretty good about that one as the Talia denied by the Poppy support. That is what you like to see, and Delight just going to walk. He's going to utilize the walk strategy to not get hit by the seismic shove. Meanwhile, Peanut level 6, and he is going to force that flash, but here is Doran as well, as Karis just being bullied under the turret 3v1.
Really awkward stuff. We'll go back to celebrating Envy and Paulo, though, for a moment here. As he pings the Zeri, they line up for him with a double stun, calling for the Zeri. Paying off for Zeka.
Ooh, 2 as they are trying to turn this one onto the light, but that is a level 6 Zeri who is going to force them back as Youngjae is here again as he is trying to punish onto the light as the ult will come out, but he has already taken too much damage. And that one will go the way of Envy as well. So actually a pretty big win for Bro.
And meanwhile, Zeka is still just destroying Horus in this lane. Peanut's coming back. This is not a replay.
Oh no, he doesn't have flash this time as well. So Peanut's just gonna try to run into that one. It's nicely broken up here by Zeka as he steps in front of the Yone ultimate, and that will be the end of him. As you mentioned, like, Envy is the only guy who's got gold on your team. Your Skarner's not tanky. Your Talia isn't stacking kills like she did in game 1. And speaking of which, Skarner ain't tanky, and the entire team's up here once again. Morgan is going to try to flash away as Viper is tanking the turret. The Impale comes in, and Doran actually will go down. So Lord Morgan, amongst all those things, will be able to trade a 1-for-1 in the dive.
Almost undoubtedly. There it is.
Yeah, and he's just here in mid. It does look like with Palu showing up, Peanut's not going to commit. He throws an ult in just to be safe. And just says, I never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't want to fight that.
This is going to get
Just
really
kidding.
awkward here for Bro if they really want to force the issue.
Well, that's going to be an ult on Envy to get away, but that is a Kaisa. It doesn't matter, though. Palu's eating way too much damage, and he will flash to try to get away, but this is a Zeri after all. You're not getting away from that. So Viper picks up a free kill, and they will also pick up a free Rift Herald.
It's the first big 5v5 potential fight of the game as Youngjae.
No, flashing on him here as well, and really no hope for Youngjae in this one as he's even going to get blue carded down. And
you're not even worth my mana.
Yeah,
I'm getting my mana back to kill you. Thanks for the mana.
It's just getting messy, Wolf.
Yeah, well, I mean, so the last fight on Herald,
I think that Homalife Esports will fight for this one, especially because they should feel very strong with 5,000 extra gold 16 minutes into the game. Yes, they are trying to engage here on Apollo, but that is just a light for now.
and when you see a Manamune with that few stacks, that's not because he's not stacking well, it's because he has too much money. Like, it just takes time for the tier to stack. He's just got it so early. He's so big. And now Keeper's Verdict's back up as well for Delight.
So Doran's just gonna deny the Rift Herald. He's gonna send it back to the turret. So
It would definitely not have been the right call to
No,
go in.
definitely not.
As he could have tried to set up for some like knockups with it, but on the other side of things, I mean, Bro have closed the gap on this Drake. If they can isolate a target with that CC.
Oh, they're trying to get in onto that backline, but Morgan gonna miss the Impale, and that Keeper's Verdict is gigantic. It gets everybody out of the fight. Palu and Envy not allowed to be there, and so that's just a dead Skarner, and will be the first Mountain Drake over to Homalife Esports.
But there has certainly... Okay, hold up. That's a bit aggressive.
Well, it's just having fun now. Like, that's just happy gaming. And you know what? Viper is going to get the kill. He does have to flash and cleanse for it. A very dirty way to pick up a kill. In this game, Viper isn't really the issue. You know, the big issue is Zeka. In terms of, like, 80 carry champs, you've also got TF, obviously. But there's just so many threats that, yeah, you might get Zeri, but you don't have anyone else. And now, taking a look at this, the CC chain coming in from the side of Homalife Esports. They're really smacking him down with their wallets now. Peanut even emoting on his dead body. Might as well, I guess.
Yeah, he... I feel like Skarner is...
Oh, God.
Put it away!
Oh, it was gone. Please.
Like,
Okay, okay, we did it. All right.
In case you forgot, it's 9,000 gold lead. I'm like, I'm aware.
All right, well, the Impale comes in, but...
Let the minions get it done!
I mean, this is just... Even the Destiny just for vision in the brush, like, there's a control ward in there, too. He's like, dude, I pressed my R button. Like, I don't need to be denied by a control ward, okay?
So have you seen the new Fury Road movie that came out?
No, I haven't.
I haven't
actually.
either.
I want to see that. As Palu just trying to set up a big flank here, but he is going to get punished for that. I feel like, you know, you do kind of have to send Hail Marys at this point. It is a 9,000.
Morgan!
We're not going to get to talk about Fury Road because Delight is on a bit of a Fury Road to take out Morgan once again. Viper having the flank here as well. Palu nearly going to go down. Finally bites the dust as Morgan, by the way, is still alive up on the top side of the map. He's just going for a little journey here. And I have a feeling this is not going to end very nicely for
The
him.
saddest recall attempt I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's scanning. He's like, maybe they won't find me. Maybe it's my luckiest day. It's not your luckiest day, Morgan. Sadly.
Well,
It's one of your unluckiest days.
died 6 times. Maybe lucky number 7 is on the way.
Yeah,
Right, Wolf?
Could be. I'm leaning towards not at this moment in time, but
Oh no! Don't do it to Young Jay. Delight your support. Okay, he's just gonna back.
how did they not find you, but they found me?
So, okay, he placed a ward. Now they know, and now he's dead. Well, I guess they're okay. They're surprised actually, but yeah. Now he's dead. Yeah. Well, nice try, Palu.
Well, I mean, look.
I'm struggling to keep it together.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a rough one. It's rough too because Hanwha Life Esports have been very clean with it. Even their reaction to seeing Palu just in the bottom lane by himself, they're like, hold on, this is not normal.
okay, wait.
All right, they're trying to get Doran here. Morgan, he's just gonna flash and yeah, goes as well, so he will get away.
Double summoners now. Can Bro get out? Or is this the end of the game?
I don't think they're getting out of this one, Wolf. Even that ult is gonna keep everybody here.
He's like, wait, I don't want to hit them.
It's like, I purposely missed that, by the way. Don't mind me. Yeah, they're just all dead, guys. Even Envy, he is trying to take the 1v1 versus Viper, and he will take him down. Nicely done by Envy, but unfortunately, his team is still gonna lose. As they're gonna try to stop the base from going down here, but this Nexus turret still gonna bite the dust. What was it, like a 2-for-2 in that trade? Like it's a trade up for Bro? All right, Delight's getting in there. And meanwhile, Peanut is soloing Envy, and he would have if Morgan was not there, and he still might kill him. As the ult comes in, and Envy, he's gonna get the shield from his ultimate ability. It's Killer Instinct just to survive, as Peanut nearly just killed Envy in a 1v1.
Doesn't have smite, but it's okay. They don't need it. They'll give the Baron to Viper. And that is going to be their ability to push down this final inhibitor. The bottom inhibitor is about to respawn, and they push that out as...
They were going in, and then they were going out real fast. And Palu's in a bit of trouble. He's going to Magnet Storm just out of desperation, as they're just unkillable. They're all so tanky.
Morgan has no impale, so he can't actually grab anybody.
Peanut is tanking this one. Okay, Karis getting in there. He is going to do some damage to Zeka. And... yeah, the turret's still going to go down, guys. I mean, they have a giant safe of money that they are now dropping on the heads of Bro as they will finally put them out of their misery, it does look like, as this one will go the way of Hanwha Life Esports with a 18,000 gold lead at 31 minutes into the game. GG 2-0 from Hanwha Life.
600 damage in this game, despite the loss, playing very well.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Delight and Peanut on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, who just took another victory against OK Savings Bank Brian. Congratulations! Delight, with your second victory, Hanwha is now on 3rd in the standings. How do you feel? I think we're able to execute everything that we were preparing and practicing. That makes me really happy. And Peanut, yeah, with our 2-0 victory, makes me feel really good. And in spring, Delight, you've gotten several POGs with the Rel, and yet again you got another POG with Rel today. And her win rate this summer has been on the lower end, but it looks like you're proving that she is still a good pick. I just learned that she has a low win rate. I think just being able to do my job and play out my role, I think that's probably why I'm able to play Rel really well. And you had an lots of insane engages. Let's take a look at this replay. Please walk us through what happened here. We were just chasing, and we had Kaisa, so I just saw the angle and went with a pretty aggressive engage. So in game 1, you got 100% kill participation. Helios from the analyst desk, after watching you play, he said, Delight is like a back scratcher. He gets all the itchy areas at the right time. Are you a fan of this compliment? I feel like that's just the right mindset that a support is supposed to have. So I'm very happy. Anything you'd like to say to Helios? Thank you. I'm fighting for the analystas. And in games 1 and 2, Peanut, you took Corky and Sejuani for jungle. What kind of synergy were you trying to amplify with this comp? Since Corky doesn't have CC, I thought that being able to have a CC jungle would actually work really well, so that's why we went with Sejuani. And with lots of support bans in game 2, your ultimate pick was Poppy. What strength are you looking from Poppy? The Poppy's role was basically just to deny the Rel and the Yone from engaging, and I thought that Poppy would be the best option there. And Peanut, your opponent also kept a similar draft as well. They took Skarner, Talia, Yone again. So what were we trying to achieve for each lanes during the laning phase? Considering that the opponent had pretty good picks, they're actually not as strong in the early phase. So as long as we're able to play out stably during the early phase, that we thought that we would be able to win steadily. And the enemy jungle Talia kept focusing down Hanwha's bot. So how did you manage to stay on the same page? Jungle kept, I guess our jungle just kept going the opposite way, so I just tried to do what I could do and try to warn my bot lane. And so, yeah, I'd have to keep track of where the enemy, the jungler would be, and I think it's most important for me to focus on the laning phase. And your next opponent is KT Rolster. Since Hanwha hasn't dropped a match against KT, you might be quite confident. What mindset will you have head in with? We'll make sure that we are prepared for the next match and show you guys a good result. And Peanut, we'll make sure that we are ready for another third victory. And that's the end of the interview from Delight and Peanut of Hanwha Life Esports. Congratulations again, and back to the space. Thank you.